Monday, the 30th?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Linda?
Yes, Claudette, I'm sorry. What, is this meeting started already?
No, no. Justin can probably bring this up again later. Is that all right? He was just asking me if I knew about the new guidelines.
Absolutely. If you bring it up later, I can tell everyone about it.
Okay, yes, I would like to hear this conversation from the beginning. Thank you.
And we're going to start right now.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Massillon City Council meeting for Monday, November 16th, 2020. We have in attendance with us the following city officials. Diane, if you would. Diane, are you there? Justin, are you at council chambers?
Yes, I am. I'll check and see what the problem is.
Thank you.
Hello?
If you would do the following the city officials that are in attendance.
Mayor Kathy Catazero Perry,
Good evening.
Safety Service Director Barb Sylvester,
Present.
Auditor Jane Ferraro,
I'm here, Diane, I'm 0471.
okay. Chief Deputy Auditor Debbie Baum, Law Director Justin Richard,
Present.
Chief Counsel Bill Bartos,
Present.
Chief Engineer David Kroc, Jason Popino,
I'm here.
Community Development Director Samantha Walters,
Here.
Economic Development Director David Maley,
I'm present.
Parks and Rec Director Steve Pedro.
Present.
Let's see, Police Chief Keith Mosier, Fire Chief Tom Bergassa, Income Tax Budget Director Lori Katagides Boron,
Present.
Is there any administration that I missed? Okay. Back to you, Madam President.
Thank you, Diane, and welcome to all the following city officials that are with us. Under number 5 on the agenda is where the public can speak on any item that appears on tonight's agenda. And then under number 17 is where the public can speak on any item that does not appear on tonight's agenda. I'd like to ask everybody that is not speaking to please mute your mic so we can keep all the interference in the background to a minimum. I appreciate that. Roll call.
Kramer,
Present.
Gregg,
Present.
Halter,
Here.
Hearn Kane,
Here.
Lewis,
Present.
Littman,
Here.
Lombardi,
Here.
Starrett,
Here.
and Barrett.
Present.
Roll call of 9 present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. All present and accounted for. Councilwoman Littman.
Thank you, Madam President. Will you please join me for the Lord's Prayer as well as the Pledge of Allegiance? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Councilwoman Littman.
You're welcome.
Before we get into the meeting, Councilman Gregg, do you have anything you'd like to say?
Madam President, you were reading my mind. Thank you very much. Yes, I would like to put a big shout out to the Massillon Tiger football team for their huge win over Cincinnati LaSalle, last year's state champs of Division II, and wish them all the best luck for their upcoming game against Akron Hoban this Friday. Go all the way, Tigers. TIG.
ERS.
Yes.
Thank you.
And I'd like to ditto all of his comments. Great job, Coach Moore, and your coaching staff and the team. Madam Clerk, are the minutes of the previous meeting transcribed and open for public viewing?
Yes, they are.
Are there any additions or corrections to be made?
No, there are not.
The minutes stand approved as written. We are at number 5 on the agenda, where the citizens may speak on any topic that does appear on tonight's agenda. If you wish to do so, please state your name, address, and topic you wish to discuss. If someone starts talking, please wait until they're finished, and then you can have your turn. We'll take as long as it takes for everybody to speak their part. And please limit your comments to 3 minutes. Is there anyone that would like to address council? I never know when it's long enough not to be rude, but hearing none. Councilman Lewis?
Are we in new and miscellaneous business?
Yes, we are.
Can we, since we have a few minutes before that executive session is supposed to start, maybe we can hear from the law director related to in-person sessions first.
Thank you. And I'd like to apologize to council. Justin did ask me a question and then we just got rolling, so he'll start from the beginning. Mr. Richard?
Yes, thank you, council members, local dignitaries. What this basically is in response to the order that will go effective, and I'm kind of stalling actually as I pull it up on my email, if you just give me 1 second. And it's in reference to essentially a gathering order. The director's order, Lance Himes, who is the interim director of health for the state of Ohio. As you know, the current order was running out near the end of the month, so this is putting it back into place. It becomes effective November 17th at 12:01 a.m. And for the most part, it keeps everything the same, and it reiterates the specific guidelines that have already been set, and it fortifies the exceptions that have already been set as far as restaurants, jukeboxes, things of that nature for now. It does apply for exceptions, and it's under number 5, and I'll just read that paragraph in whole if I may. Paragraph 1, and paragraph 1 essentially bans all public and private meetings greater than 10 people, but number 5 is the exception to that. Paragraph 1 does not apply to First Amendment protected speech, including petition or referendum circulators, and any activity to the media, which includes newspapers, television, radio, other media services, and to governmental meetings, which includes meetings that are required to be open to the public pursuant to ORC 121.22. our meetings are held specifically by the power of that statute. So although that does allow us to appear in council, we still would have to abide by the other rules, which of course would mean social distancing, 6 feet, masks, those sort of things. Also, ultimately, Terry Argent, this goes to her interpretation as well, and certainly how we will move forward. So we'll want to get her input on this from a public health perspective as well. But certainly it does allow council to come into chambers. Now, the issue would be, of course, if we determine that we can fit in 6 spectators, citizens safely, and we have the 7th attend, we cannot have that public meeting unless we have an alternative way to make that available to, 7 plus infinity. So since we do not have infinite space in our current chambers, we will still have to rely on, I think, some of the technology that we've already got in place. And according to Councilman Lombardi in our brief discussion that we were having prior to the meeting, it sounds like that's almost ready to roll out. So I can take questions now or maybe allow him to jump on in and kind of let us know where we're at with streaming or broadcasting it out to the rest of the folks that don't feel safe in coming in, or if we do exceed that number that we deem as safe as far as folks coming in to our council chambers.
Councilman Lombardi?
Yes, thank you, President Eisnick. Currently, I am sitting in council chambers using the Wi-Fi internet that we had installed last week. As you can see, it's working fine. Bob Jones from the music shop will be coming up here tomorrow morning at 9 to meet me, and we'll be installing the rest of the equipment to tie in the individual station microphones and install the camera and the laptops and things of that nature. So we're going to do a small test tomorrow with Diane after it's all done, and we should be ready to roll then after that. So whenever you and Councilman Lewis are ready to proceed, then we can go from there.
Anyone else have a comment on that? I was asking Councilman Lewis, since I think we had decided as a body to do it at a committee meeting rather than a council meeting, to work out all the bugs. And I was asking Councilman Lewis if he thought he would be ready by the 30th. And he said,
Yeah, that would be fine. We can do it then.
and I know that next Monday, there is a meeting at 6:30 for, who's having the meeting on Monday?
Finance.
Finance? You probably do not want to try it then?
Yeah, I'd want to give them a little bit more time, make sure everything's hooked up and run a couple tests before we try to go live with it.
All right, sounds good. Does anyone have concerns about that? Again, council people, if you are not comfortable coming in, don't come in. Stay home. We don't want you to come in if you're not comfortable. Councilwoman Littman?
Thank you, Madam President. I just wanted to confirm that we would all be required to wear masks.
Yes.
And that our partitions, our plastic partitions are suffice, even though we will not be 6 feet apart. Does that meet the current requirements?
I believe Justin said it did. Councilman Lombardi?
Thank you, President Eisnick. Mrs. Littman, yes, I talked to Terry Argent about this back in the summertime when we first started this. And she said, as long as the partitions were up, we wore masks while we were here. And we kept our distance as a 6-foot distance in and out of the chambers and building, that we should be fine.
Anyone else?
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Lombardi, for all your work on this, and thank you, Justin, for giving us an update on that. And that was brought to my attention today by Councilman Hernking. I appreciate that. Okay. Now, before we move into introduction of ordinances and resolutions, we are at new business, new miscellaneous business. Councilman Lewis?
Yes, in accordance with Division G3 of Section 121.22 of the Ohio Revised Code, I would move that we would enter into executive session to include all the members of council, the president of council, the clerk of council, the mayor of the city of Massillon, and the safety service director, Barb Sylvester, city engineer Jason Topeel, the superintendent of engineering and construction, Greg McHugh, if he is present, our law director, and chief counsel, Bill Bartos. And this is for the purpose of conferencing with our law director and chief counsel to discuss imminent court action.
I'm sorry, Mr. Lewis, I didn't hear. Did you include Mr. Maley or no?
I did not.
Okay, and so this one, once we exit this meeting, we will go into the one sent by the mayor for a new login.
It was sent by Diane, I believe.
Okay, I thought it came from, okay, so we'll go into that one. So do we log out of this one for everybody?
Yeah, well, all the members that are invited to the executive session would log out of this meeting and log into the executive session. Diane will keep this one open. When we are out of executive session, we will all log back into this meeting.
Okay, does anyone have any questions before would you have a second? Councilman Lombardi, seconds, roll call.
Greg,
Yes.
Halter,
Yes.
Hernkane,
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Littman,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Starrett,
Yes.
Yes.
and Creamer.
Yes.
9 yes to exit into executive session.
Thank you. At this time, we will exit into executive session and we'll see you back soon. Thank you.
Well, this is not, it says end or leave the meeting, so I'm gonna end it. It says, yeah, they're waiting. This is not the executive session. Oh, I think it is. I'm gonna end it.
guessing is Jim. Is that what you guys are seeing?
Yes.
Begin to exit. Does it look like there were many more on the original meeting?
Yeah, but I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Jim Tharrett looks like he's now here.
Yeah, you just can't see me. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
I make a motion that we exit executive session.
Seconded by Council Labardi. We have exited executive session and entered back into our regular council meeting for November 16th, 2020. Due to extenuating circumstances, we are going to
We have to have a roll call on that.
roll call. I'm sorry. Thank you, Diane. Can't hear you, Diane.
Sorry.
Can everyone hear her?
I'll just do it. I mean, if we can't hear her.
I think I heard her say halter, but it was very faint.
Yes.
Do these have to go in a special order, don't they?
It's just alphabetical. Start with halter. Mark, can you turn on your mic and she can speak through your mic?
That's what we'll do, Mr. Lewis. She's on her way over.
6 feet, please.
Walker? Yes. Hurricane?
Yes.
Lewis,
Yes.
Littman,
Yes.
Lombardi,
Yes.
Starrett,
Yes.
Barrett, Jim. Oh. Jim,
Still muted.
Kramer,
Yes.
Greg.
Yes.
I say 8 yes. Can we unmute him here? Oh, okay. Okay.
Jim Tharrett, you're muted. If you don't realize that.
Okay, 8 yes and no, one no response.
Is someone calling him? Okay, I hear a phone ringing. Okay. Hold on just a minute, please.
Yeah. Mr. Tharrett, Mr. Tharrett, what is your vote for coming out of executive session?
Thank you.
All right.
Yes.
9 yes. Okay, so we have exited executive session and re-entered our regular session. Due to extenuating circumstances, we are going to end this session and reconvene with it next Monday, the 23rd at 6:30. So everyone that got booted off could be present if they chose to. Councilman Lewis, do you want to make a motion to that effect? Or is it not necessary?
It's no needed. We just need Diane to put out the notice for our special meeting on the 23rd. The police officers will drop it off to our houses. We need to make the press aware, and also including in that immediately following the special meeting of council, we will have a finance meeting to discuss the budget.
Thank you. Councilwoman Littman,
I make a motion to adjourn.
seconded by Councilwoman Kramer. Meeting adjourned. Thank you all for putting up with all the unnecessary interruptions. Good night.